just never give up, and I was so impressed with this performance tonight.
Also, Amit Golia as well. You saw him at the presentation ceremony as well. Amit Golia साहब के बारे में कोई राज है जो हम जानते नहीं हैं. जब ज़रूरत पड़ती है उनका हाथ ऊपर आता है और फिर वो कहते चलो भाई मैं हूँ ना, मैं जिता दूंगा.
जी, राज कोई नहीं है, लेकिन पूरी टीम उन पे डिपेंड है, जैसे उन्होंने बोला था. क्योंकि आइकॉन प्लेयर हमारी टीम के वही अमित गोलिया.
क्या लगता है उनकी स्पाइकिंग के बारे में? पाइप अटैक जब उनके लिए दिया जाता है तब स्कोर करते हैं, जोन 4 से भी आते हैं, एंगल उनको मिल जाते हैं. आपके रूममेट है तो कोई तो खासियत होगी इनकी प्रैक्टिस में, इनकी स्किल के बारे में जो इन्हें खास बनाती है.
फर्स्ट तो जब उनकी बॉल बनती है तो हमें कॉन्फिडेंस हो ही जाता है कि ये बॉल 100% किल है, और वो किल होती भी है. जी,
ये आज उनके परफॉर्मेंस की वजह से बात बन गई Mumbai Meteors के लिए कि I believe you have a question for Hardeep.
I do, because one of your big stars on your team, Shubham Chowdhury, went down with an ankle injury. What is it that happened, and what was it like stepping into those roles?
एक्चुअली थर्ड सेट में ना उनको थोड़ा एंकल ट्विस्ट हुआ, उस पेन ज़्यादा हुआ, उस वजह से हमें उनको चेंज करना पड़ा.
तो अब ठीक है, वो अगला मुकाबला खेलने के लिए रेडी है?
जी, अभी ठीक है, लेकिन वो थोड़ा हमारे फिजियो बताएंगे कि अगले नेक्स्ट मैच के लिए वो प्रिपेयर हैं या नहीं.
लेकिन शुभम चौधरी जैसा बड़ा इनफॉर्म खिलाड़ी जब इंजर हो जाए और बदलाव करना पड़े तो बातचीत भी हुई होगी, कोच ने कुछ कहा, टीम में कुछ बातचीत हुई थी उस इंजरी के बाद?
एक्चुअली ऑप्शन जो है हमारे पास फॉरेनर प्लेयर भी है यूनिवर्सल. जी, तो अगर बाई चांस ऐसा कुछ होता है तो हमारे पास बैकअप है उस शुभम उनके लिए.
सनी जोसेफ साहब की हार्ट रेट को हम लगातार देख रहे थे, 100 के ऊपर गई नहीं. क्या गुस्सा करते नहीं है या फिर गुस्सा वो छुपा पाते हैं?
गुस्सा करते हैं, लेकिन आज उनको कॉन्फिडेंस था हमारे पे पूरा, और हमने उनको कॉन्फिडेंस में लाया. सो मॉर्निंग प्रैक्टिस में अभी भी कि डोंट वरी को सब हम है ना, सब हो जाएगा.
और सब हो ही गया आखिरकार, जिसकी वजह से इस समय मुंबई के नाम एक हार और एक जीत, और उस जीत की बदौलत मुंबई मीटियर्स फाइंड देमसेल्व्स एट नंबर 3 ऑन द पॉइंट्स टेबल. बेंगलुरु की जगह ले लिया, हालांकि बेंगलुरु को मौका मिलेगा. अगला मुकाबला बेंगलुरु और कैलिकट के बीच, लेकिन मुंबई मीटियर्स की अगली टक्कर जो होगी, जो तीसरा मुकाबला होगा सुपर 5 में, वो है बेंगलुरु टॉर्पीडोज के खिलाफ. ज़्यादातर चर्चा होता है सुपर सर्वर सेतु का, तो ऑलरेडी कोई प्लान्स है, कैसे रोकने के बारे में सोच रहे हो?
अभी हमारे पास एक दिन है, कल का दिन, तो कल बैठ के पूरा प्लानिंग होगा. हमारे स्पोर्टिंग स्टाफ हैं, कोच साहब, वो खुद ही डिसाइड करेंगे. उस हिसाब से उस प्लानिंग से फिर आगे चलेंगे हम लोग.
एक और 5 सेट
वो कोर्ट में पता चलेगा.
Well, they played a long game, so I'll let you go, Hardeep. Thanks so much for talking to us. We'll take a break as you head into it. Enjoy the Nippon Paint colorful moments of the day so far. When we come back, we'll look ahead to the second game of tonight. Back in just a bit. Welcome back. It's time to get set for this encounter between the two southern teams. The red-hot Calicut Heroes versus the mercurial Bengaluru Torpedoes. Now, Calicut have won one. That was against Mumbai. They lost their last game against the Delhi Toofans. Now, the addition and the arrival of Jishnu perhaps bolsters the defense for the Calicut Heroes. You reckon they're a much stronger side because of him?
Yeah, Jishnu's come to the forefront in lieu of Strachan Shetty, who was missing the last couple of days. But I think having someone like that step up off the bench, he was our man of the match last time, had 10 points. He also had 4 blocks. I think he's been a fantastic addition to this side, and it's just showing that Bengaluru have so much more. They've got bench, they've got spirit, and they're going 5 setters. They went 3-2 against Ahmedabad last time, and remember, 3-2 against this Calicut side as well without Jishnu. That was when Setu had the performance of a lifetime with 24 points. So just so much to love about this side.
Yes, Jishnu is perhaps ensured that the chatter is not all just about Setu. Now, for the other team, the Bengaluru Torpedoes have a challenge at hand now. Calicut, on the other hand, you saw Jerome Vineet and Chirag Yadav with very low, disappointing efficiency. How do you reckon they should address that issue?
I think they'll be all right. I think if you're asking a team to play 12 to 13 matches in 6 weeks, you're going to have these little bumps in the road. It's not a roadblock for them, that's for sure. But I thought they lost their way a little bit yesterday against Delhi in their first pass. And I think that Delhi served the front court receiver. Now, if I'm Chirag, the pass is the one thing that sometimes lets him down. And if he doesn't pass well, then he's going to suffer offensively. But also that man is going to suffer offensively as well. He's been scoring at over 60% efficiency this season, and both of them scored in single digits efficiency last night. If I'm D. Lee, I know that gives me confidence in my team, but I know that's not the writing on the wall by any way.
The thing that stood out to me as well is he had 4 errors, Jerome, and he's only had 11 all season, so not his best performance, but we know that he can do better. I think he's going to stand out tonight.
Lots of standout performers on court. Let's take a quick look at the points table. Calicut are at 1. They have a chance to strengthen their position and pretty much seal a spot for themselves in the top 2. That's where they are. In fact, Calicut have a chance to go above Delhi. Correction, apologies for that. Bengaluru have a chance to come back to number 3 if they win tonight against the Calicut Heroes. It's a big one. Calicut need to win this one. Remember, both teams have won and lost one. Lots of big stars on court. Key matchup for you in this match and prediction.
I think we got to watch out for Chirag on Calicut's side, because last time these two faced off, he was the top scorer with 17 points. He and Parato alone only scored 7 in the last match. So I think if he steps up at the forefront, Calicut's going to have a good night. I'd watch out for him, and that's my choice.
I think if the Torpedoes serve well, which I think they will tonight, because they seem to play well when they're up against it. Tonight they're up against it. Setu's the man to watch, the super serving Setu, but he's also the best passer in the league right now. There are 3 Bengaluru Torpedo blockers in the top 10 as well. Setu's your guy.
You heard the names, you heard a pretty solid SWOT analysis of these teams and these players. Make sure they have a place in your Fantasy Akana lineup. Download the app if you haven't already. Get your teams ready and win loads and loads of prizes. We've won a few shirts thanks to our friends from Indian Terrain, our wardrobe sponsors. We're all set for a game that we hope will be a heart-wrenching and exciting and adrenaline-packed encounter, a 5-setter possibly, between the Calicut Heroes and the Bengaluru Torpedoes. Stay tuned, live action on the other side.
It's another enormous matchup here in the Rupe Prime Volleyball League. The Super Fives are here, and the Calicut Heroes are up against the Bengaluru Torpedoes in what was a humdinger in the round robin stage. But let's look at the points table. Calicut now in second, having lost to Delhi. They carried 2 points over to the Super Fives by winning the round robin. Bengaluru are looking to get back in the top 3. Remember, 2 versus 3 in the eliminator will play the winner of the Super Fives in the final. We go courtside for the presentation.
It's time for clash number 2 for today in the Super Fives of the Rupe Prime Volleyball League, powered by A23. And make no mistake, it is a clash of titans. First to enter the fray are a team that performed miracles on the court the last time we saw them. And now the target is locked and loaded. Please welcome the Bengaluru Torpedoes!
The Bengaluru Torpedoes, last season's runners-up, back into this arena in Chennai, looking for back-to-back victories, having come back from 2-0 down to beat the Ahmedabad defenders 3-2 in what was one of the comebacks of the season. In set 2, they have the league's best server and best passer, but they have more than that in Mujib and Thomas Heptonstall. They have 2 of the top 5 blockers in the league. Midhan, the 7th best libero. The Torpedoes, if they serve well this evening, will put Calicut under pressure, having beaten them 3-0 last time out in the round robin.
A gut-wrenching loss yesterday saw them slip off pedestal for top spot. Here to write their own redemption song, it is the Calicut Heroes!
The Red Army is ready to support the boys in red, led by their captain. The Calicut Heroes and Jerome are ready for a battle. They're coming off a 3-1 loss to Delhi in the Super Fives already, but before that they took out the Mumbai Meteors 3-1, who we just saw take down Ahmedabad in 5. This is a team that at their best can beat absolutely anyone. However, they will certainly have to play that way. Nothing is guaranteed in this league, and certainly not in the Super Fives. Well, this is going to be a big one. One for the ages. Calicut taking on Bengaluru.
Both teams are ready for this all-important clash. Ab machegi dhoom.
Well, there'll be so many key matchups to keep an eye on this evening. Ikasman and Daniel Montezerti in the middle, up against what you'd imagine is Jishnu coming in for Salajan. And also Mujib in that middle spot. But the opposite, Thomas Heptonstall, should start, you would think, after his performance last time, as we have a look at the toss. Calicut won it and chose their favourite side.
And it looks like Pankaj chose to receive as well, which is an interesting one because we've seen them go back and forth between that choice. Well, here's the lineup for the Calicut Heroes. Perotto on the outside, who we saw with that massive chest bump dig in the last match. Vikasman through the middle with Daniel. Chirag on the outside. Jerome on the opposite, and Ukra in the set, and that's how they'll be lining up. So I expect a lot more out of Chirag specifically, and Perotto, who only had 7 points between them in the last match. But the last time these two faced off, it was Chirag who was the top scorer with 17. So he's going to be a key piece in this offense, and both the head coaches will know it. Shailin Ramdu is the first, well, joint head coach with Kishore Kumar, the two of them. 2 brains, better than one when it comes to volleyball. There are none better in this Indian league than those two together. Kishore Kumar's got the heart rate monitor on him. 105 already. So he's looking like he is ready for this match.
Yeah, he will be, and he'll know that they'll want to bounce back against the Torpedoes side that has the ever-present Paolo Lemunier setting Pankaj Sharma. A few questions about his efficiency on the front court, but his passing has been solid. The 14th best receiver in the league so far. Set 2, we know, 24 points in this fixture in the round robin. Can he fire it up again this evening? Hepton still gets the nod in front of Ibn Jose on the right side. That was probably the toughest call for David Lee, with Ibn being a brilliant player off the bench in recent times. Mujib starts in the middle with Jishnu, as that shows me that there's still no Sarjan Shetty, who's recovering from a stomach bug. D. Lee, there he is, the head coach, the American, the Admiral, who's fairly calm by D. Lee standards at the moment, or at least calmer than Kishore Kumar.
Well, the head referee, first referee, Mullah Ilyas Shamim, will be making sure that everything goes according to the rules. And the second referee, Dinesh Das. And the third referee in the comms box with us today, Atish Takral. Welcome.
You've really aced those introductions, haven't you, Keith?
Thank you. Thank you. I've been
so
trying.
much. Thank you so much.
I just don't know how you've presented the teams down there 2 minutes ago, and you've got here so quickly without breaking a sweat.
It's called embracing your inner Usain Bolt, Louis. You learn about it if you never thought cardio was Spanish.
Yeah, I do think cardio is Spanish. Good Spanish word. Glad you're enjoying it.
Meanwhile, Jugar means to play in Spanish, and it's time for these two to play.
Vamos a jugar.
The Calicut Heroes looking for redemption. The Bengaluru Torpedoes looking to build on momentum. Mujib with the first try, and Moitazedi with the first kill. On the short set, he's going to be key tonight.
He's going to be huge, and he's had such high efficiencies. And the reason for it is, have a look at this. He turns around, barely makes an approach, just gets up in the air and cuts an angle on it nonetheless. So watch that, young middle blockers, if you're out there thinking, how do I be the most effective? That's how. Be available, be efficient.
He stepped up his game in the past few matches as Daniel Moitazedi. He won the player of the match 2 matches ago. Even in the game against Delhi, he proved to be key, as the radar is a wee bit off by the Torpedoes in the first few moments.
It's crazy because they've used the middle 2 times in a row, which tells you the pass is coming in. Both of Setu's passes have been perfect. So this is the thing, maybe the Achilles heel of the Torpedoes sometimes is that they can't quite finish off the play when the pass is good. They're one of the best passing teams in this league at the moment.
Lamunia, this time he chooses Hepton Stall. It clashes with Perotto. Jerome was willing to cross the border.
Was he?
For a while. He was stopped though.
He was pretty close to getting that, I thought.
Yeah,
he almost got away with it.
8-2-3 super spike. Yeah, you're right. There's a great chase from Drone. Didn't fancy taking the speaker on in the corner, and that's probably a wise move.
His arms are long enough, though. I feel like if anyone could have got it, it's him.
It's time for Triple S though. 2 contrasting chants. The Torpedoes fans shouting Setu, Setu. The Heroes fans shouting Heroes, Heroes. And it's the Heroes fans that get to celebrate as Setu misses by a whisker.
It is just a whisker, though. I think in terms of Setu performances, we've seen him start really hot. We've seen him start very cold. That one's right on the edge of an ace. So if he's wanting to sort of hone it in as the match goes, that's a great start.
And just to throw my couple of cents in on this, I think that performance he had against Calicut last time, that set's way too tight. So that's problematic for the Torpedoes for the first time. That performance last time, 24 points, 5 service points. That's like asking Virat Kohli to score 150 every time he goes out. So what I think the Torpedoes will be after tonight is him contributing to the success. Like we saw against the defenders in that sort of 3rd, 4th set, he made serves that got blocks, that led to defenses. They weren't all Indian or super serves, but it's not always all about that.
Keep in mind that those 5 service points that Louis is alluding to, 3 of those were Indian Oil super serves. So technically he won 6 points in that instance, as the tip gets Bengaluru with 2nd.
Absolutely, and yeah, you would love to get off to that start every time with Setu finding his range, but you're asking a little bit too much from the kid. So as long as he finds it, he stays patient, and it comes at some point, everyone will profit.
Mujib, he's been told to rein it in a little bit now as the games get tighter, which is why you don't see the fast serves. But as Moitazedi misses, it's the Torpedoes that get to celebrate.
Well, that's a first from Daniel. He's usually on the money every time, and he doesn't turn his body. He's facing towards the outer ranks, and then he continues that with an external rotation of the wrist. My question is, I'm looking at another serve into the net. In the last match, for me, Ahmedabad gave up too many errors, 22 of them in that match we just saw. I think it's the team that cuts down on those errors that does the best.
Arvindan is smiling after winning his encounter just a few minutes ago against the Ahmedabad defenders. He's joined the Tamil commentary box now. And if you understand Tamil, you can always log on to it on Sony Live while watching it in English as well. Meanwhile, Pankaj, the captain, sends Chirag into the sea.
Pankaj Sharma off the top of the hands. You gotta love it, haven't you? This is his go-to, right? But out of system, just to try and find one off the inside hand of Jerome. Now, I'm going to throw this stat out there again like I did yesterday because I was just shocked. 2 blocks for Jerome Beneath in this entire season. So he has been absolutely sensational. But for tonight, the matchup against Pankaj and Setu will work for the Torpedoes because they love going off the block.
Hepton stall with the dosa.
Oh!
Midhun and then Setu kept it alive so that there could be a block of the highest order. The Torpedoes are on top.
Huge play, huge turnaround play there for Bengaluru. You saw this point going kind of awkwardly. There it is, the keep alive by 2-3 players just playing pickup, and then a big block to the end, and that is Paolo getting some hands on it. He's not even there for blocking.
There was the Samba setter with the telling touch. As Hepton Stall serves yet again. Ugra Pandyan outboxes his own teammate.
So we saw this against Delhi, and if everybody watching that game is watching here, in every time, that's just not a ball for me that you send to the middle unless you really fizz it quick with your hands. And for me, the slow feet, slow hands, when you've got Jerome as an option.
Meanwhile, Thomas the Tank comes in with yet another serve. Moitazedi does much better this time. The Prince of Persia celebrates with his fans.
I'm giving the thumbs up to Ukra on that one. If you have a player like Daniel, who's obviously an emotional confidence player, the first contact wasn't there, get him involved immediately again. It's a Rupe contactless shot because you cannot let him simmer on that error from a moment ago.
But you also have to use him at the right time, is what I'm saying. And the last ball with I'm not saying he's an undersized middle, but he's not a 205, 210 middle. To fizz him from off the net in a high-risk play probably isn't the move from Ukra.
But I think that's what Ukra's saying there by giving him that second ball. Is, hey, apologies, that wasn't perfect. Let me get you something better, but let me get it to you immediately.
Now here's someone who's learned a thing or two from Ukra Pandyan. Arvindan there in the Tamil commentary box. Member of the Mumbai Meteors side that turned the tide ever since he came on because Vipul was in the starting 6 today. Vikas Maan. Now this is interesting, isn't it? When we see Mohan Ukra Pandyan playing Vikas Maan time and again, his blocking hasn't come to the fore, but he's been very, very effective for the short set.
Yeah, I think Ukra loves getting his middles involved. And again, in that particular instance, there are no blockers up because they're not expecting it. So Louis and I will go back and forth on this, I think, all day long. But I think in terms of smart and IQ, Ukra is second to none as setters go.
Jerome fired in, indeed, Pankaj, and then Midhun gets it from no man's land and it drops to turn into a winner. Christmas has come early. Oh, no, it hasn't. It's gone towards the Calicut Heroes eventually. It's gone towards the Calicut Heroes, but as we head into the Amulpur technical timeout, post that confusion, it's the Heroes with the lead.
We're back. And there is a lot at stake on this match. But first of all, the Super 5 rules tournament format looks like this. Each match is best of 5 sets. First team gets 2 points, second team gets 1 extra point. That's already happened. And the table topper of this Super 5 goes directly into the final. 2 and 3 have to battle it out.
What did you guys say who's going to win in your predictions during the pre-show? Pankaj with the receive. Answer it later. As Jishnu didn't get enough height. Samba setter becomes a spiker. Jishnu with the joust. Is Jishnu yet again? Lamunia Setu. He's got the touch or no? They believe, the Bengaluru Torpedoes believe they've got the touch. Look at the line official is what David Lee is saying. He's willing to take the review.
Big moment.
Oh, for D. Lee to get so heated.
Don't you love it? Don't you love seeing D. Lee just get after it like this?
He's usually so calm, isn't he? I mean, he knows what's on the line here.
Yeah, and he loves this league.
Yeah.
And he loves this team. And he loves leading these boys.
Even though he's really hyped up, his heart rate hasn't hyped up that much though.
Sign of an Olympic gold medalist.
I was just about to say, a top-class athlete knows. He's learned a lot of Spanish, hasn't he?
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah. But my heart rate would be going, I don't know, 150, 160 in that situation.
For all those who are confused, Spanish is just a synonym for cardio when it comes to Louis Let's dictionary.
Stop talking Spanish to me, I say. Here we go. Reviews
You lost me. You lost me.
Was that too many intelligent words for you?
Yeah. I don't speak Spanish, Baxter.
Right. So the line official claimed it was a touch out. Mullah Ilyas Shamim gave the decision the Calicut Heroes' way. David Lee clearly frustrated by that call. I guess we need Watson to help Sherlock, hence the zoomer.
Yeah.
I'm putting my goggles on, my magnifying glass to try and see something. It's very, very close. Potentially the pinky, not the pinky, sorry, the index finger of Ukra, is that up there?
There was a middle finger and the index finger that were in the mix. Still waiting on the decision. It is successful. David Lee redeemed. And Cebu is your newest centurion. 100 total points in the league.
Yeah, and you've got to give kudos to the kid because he's what you would say an undersized outside. Not the biggest, but to come out with 100 points this season is some effort.
Out of that, 11 Indian Oil super serves. Meanwhile, Chirag Yadav fires it through. Opens his account. That's what we were waiting for.
Yeah, we know he's capable of it when the pass is in here. And the fact that Ukra has used the middle so many times, it's going to help him out in this stage because everybody's going to expect him to go to the middle. I think early on they're targeting Kishnu and Mujib, making them hold. We haven't seen Perotto yet. We haven't seen Jerome yet, really.
You just saw Perotto. You did.
There he was. Well, going back to Setu quickly, on his 100 points, 20 of them almost have come from service points. So an undersized outside, but he's doing a lot in other areas of the court.
And I personally believe, because out of those 11 are Indian Oil super serves, so that's literally 22 points that he's gotten from those service points. You're saying 19, but that's literally much, much more if you look at the magnitude of the points he's got to Lamunia versus there.
That's a good point, because those Indian Oil super serves are worth 2 in this league. However, what about an SBI super point? You only get 1 point. Each player only gets 1 point for that.
Cruel, isn't it?
Cruel, cruel world. But we love it anyway. Substitution, even in. That's a quick sub for Heptonstall in the first set.
Yeah, Ibn Joss coming in, won the Young Emerging Player of the Year last time around of the league. Midhun digs, Samba setter sends it up towards Ibn Joss. He gets the second touch off the block. Again, Ibn Joss with a go. Jerome Vinit towards Ukra Pandyan. It's just Jerome who's taken flight. And it's landed right at Midhun's feet.
Speaking of players, with over 100 points. He has 124 coming into this match. Almost every single one from attacks, only 2 blocks and 6 aces. So he is here for one reason, and it's that, to swing heavy-handed. He's got a full line to work with there, but he is just all guns blazing already tonight.
Vikas Khan, meanwhile, towards Setu. It's Lamunia, the shot set. Moitezeri tried to block and landed right where he was. Bengaluru are trying to feed back into this.
Yeah, that's a real good move. Serving towards, usually trying to make the setter set the easy option to the outside, so just to fizz it. It's a real nice set. 50 attack points for the main MC, Mujib.
He's in the house, isn't he?
He is in the house. That was exactly what I was looking for.
I've said that during Henry commentary though. MC Mujib in the house. It's fun.
You can use it here in English.
I will. Triple S meanwhile warms the hands of Mukesh. Jet Jerome adds some fire to the ball. Pankaj couldn't let it fly. Ukra Panyan towards Chirag Yadav. The block comes in. The block goes out. The Heroes have a 2-point lead, and now I'm pretty certain David Lee is going to play the ace up the sleeve.
I'm loving this match already. The one we saw just before this, a lot of errors. It seemed like the team that made the least errors were winning. This is not the case. These two teams are going hard at each other.
Yeah, service pressure's higher. The execution's higher of everything. It's a nice game to watch.
It's also the time for the SBI Super Point played by Bengaluru. It goes towards Ibn Jos! Fire in the hole! The SBI Super Point goes Bengaluru Torpedoes' way. 2 points in the kitty.
Fire in the what?
Fire in the hole.
Boys, that was a beautiful bit of volleyball there. Even on the SBI Super Points, I think he's got a little something to say, something to prove.
Yeah, but also the dynamic here is key, is because Heptonstall's been making a lot of blocks, and he's been serving well. And Heptonstall had a run of 3 in this set already. So the balance there is trying to use both of them to use them to their full strength.
You talk about that, but it just seems like Heptonstall's star has waned as the league has gone on, because he started on fire. He was part of that 8-3 top 5 spikers list for a very long time in that league stage that's being led by Jerome Vineet right now and Santosh in second. But as the tournament has progressed, has he been found out, or has his form sort of just fallen a little bit?
He was rested a little bit as well for him. I've got here that he's in the top 7 top scorers. He's top 5 blockers. He's doing all right.
Mujib meanwhile, the luck of the tape going Calicut's way, but Ibn Jos ensures that luck is short-lived. Bengaluru take the lead.
This is looking like the makings of a Bengaluru performance. We've seen them when they have this kind of confidence and energy and fire around them. Something special happens on court, and it's so hard to put into numbers and stats, but that's what it's looking like right now.
I feel like Mujib's been given more of a license today. Last time around he was told to rein it in a little bit, wasn't he?
Either that or he's just doing what he wants. These volleyball players have some wonderful minds of their own at times.
No, but last time he was putting in floaters. He wasn't going into those fast serves.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you might have just gone AWOL on the plan.
Let's see what David Lee thinks. We'll ask him after the match. His heart rate has raced up now. Not when he was embroiled in controversy, when he was making all those calls and shouting his way through. But his heart rate has increased now as we come to the business end of the set.
Just because his wife's in the stand.
Could be why.
Could be why.
Gets the heart all aflutter.
Setu. Lagunia. Ibn Jos. Wow. Where has he come from? He's cleaning Calicut. Set point Bengaluru.
Well, I guess that explains the substitution early on. An 8-2-3 super spike. Even looked like he had a lot of line to work with. Didn't matter. Went full cross court and nobody in his way.
And tell me a team at the moment that are passing as well as the Torpedoes. If you look at the stats, this is where when the serve works, they can beat anyone. Setu is the best receiver. Midhern is 7th. Pankaj the 14th. But when the ball's in, they can play.
Heptonstall comes in for Ibn for set point. Jerome Vineet. Heptonstall takes.
The Samba setter sends it through. Setu with the dig. Mukesh. Ukra. Moitas yet again Heppenstall. Oh, Jishnu with the net touch.
So you talk about Ibn or Heppenstall. Ibn's just made 3 or 4 points. He's come off. Heppenstall's come in and just made 2 great defense. Yes, they've not scored, but you can see why Lee's playing. Manish loves this term. Jiggery pokery with his players.
Jiggery pokery.
You never heard that one, have you?
No.
See, I'm here to teach.
I've heard jiggery do.
I'm here to teach like Cockney rhymes to you.
Jiggery pokery. Interesting. I wonder who's more jittery at this moment though. Bengaluru was the one that's called for the timeout.
They look confident. They look like they got this in the bag. They put Calicut under some pressure. Mujib, meanwhile, is in the top 5 blockers brought to you by Cred. 17 he has. Daniel Ponza has been fantastic with 22. I feel like Keen's going to be dropping day by day on that list as we continue in the Super 5s. Shamim, we just saw in action with Mumbai against Ahmedabad. He was our game changer, I think.
Yeah, Mujib just got one solitary block though last time when they faced off against the Ahmedabad defenders in those 5 sets. It was all about the Jishnu show, wasn't it? Who's come in place of Srajan Shetty. Ashwin Raj, meanwhile, he had a telling touch the last time he came on against the Delhi Toofans. His first serve was an Indian Oil super serve, not to be so this time. But the Bengaluru Torpedoes at 6s and 7s keep the rally alive. Jerome Vinny wants to shut it down, and he shuts it down with panache. It's set point Calicut.
Great game, isn't it?
How about that defense? 2 players sprawling out to keep it in play. Minhun just popping it over the net. But Jerome, we talked about him, and his coming to the forefront can make or break matches.
The heroes on set point. Ashwin Raj at the baseline. He skies it. We have a race to 17 hanging over our heads now.
Yeah, it's advantage Calicut with the side out. The rotation for me tells us everything here. Hepton still being on the backcourt isn't ideal. Paolo's coming off, and that's a smart move because Iqbal's coming in just to make a block. So it means that there's no setter on court, and I think Pankaj will set from the backcourt now from position 6 should they play transition.
They have to remember that though, because I'm thinking back to earlier matches where they made this substitution and forgot there was no setter on court.
Pankaj with the serve, Ukra Pandyan towards Jerome Vinny. The block comes in by Setu. It didn't find his mark. And Calicut have the advantage yet again.
See, that's a smart set by Ukra, would you agree? Because he knows the smaller blocker is Setu, and Iqbal brought in over there, gets it, feeds it up to Jerome. Even though it's not a perfect set, it's the right decision.
Yeah, it's the right decision. Mismatch, but also that was made available because of Shiraz's pass being on the money as well. And Torpedoes would have loved to rip them 3 or 4 meters off the net to take beneath out.
Jerome Vinny with a soft serve this time. Lamunia back to Setu. The block by Ukra. Balls at David Lee's feet and not on court. They've saved yet another set point.
Yeah, the 2 small guys go up against each other. And Setu jumps out the gym again and just rips it off of Ukra. This is already has got the makings of an absolute beauty.
Jishnu. Mukesh. Oh! That's a slap by Vikas Maan. That would have hurt the Torpedoes. Yet another set point.
I'm always watching Ukra when he's setting, and I'm thinking as a middle blocker, look at his body there. He doesn't square up his shoulders, so you would not know that he's going to try and force that to the middle. So there's just not much. It was Mujib, I think, that was in. There's not much you can do to know that's going middle, and it's so fast.
There you go, defensive substitution now by the Calicut Heroes. Ashok has come in place of Ukra, so no setter on court for the Heroes as well. Perhaps it falls to Peroto or Mukesh to set, but Peroto takes the first touch. Ashok has the set for Jerome Vinny. He's claiming a touch. Bengaluru are celebrating. Will they take the review? They're willing to take the review.
Risky move, but again, they get 2 reviews until infinity if they are successful. The only way they run out of reviews is if they are unsuccessful. So I'm hoping that he's feeling confident.
And Jerome just doesn't make errors, does he? So he's made an error, and obviously he thinks there's a touch because he's only made like 5 to 10 fighting errors all the way through the season.
That's actually a really good point. I mean, it may be confidence, but the stats back it up. He's only made, like you said, 11 errors according to the stats.
Oh no, I meant it.
But he feels very strongly that there would be a touch here. So much so that he's discussing it with the scorers table.
What's interesting is we saw a lot of controversy yesterday, of course. And I feel David Lee is also privy to it a little bit. We witnessed what happened yesterday. You could see him getting involved as well, just to ensure that he knows what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Is it net touch or is it ball touch?
The net touch review.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Does that change everything?
Remember last time when they claimed that net touch review, it was against Dodic and it was outside the antenna? Right now, net touch.
Oh.
I mean, the first thing Muji probably needs to do is go and tuck his shirt in.
None of them keep their shirts tucked in, oddly enough, when you know that even the slightest piece of cloth can just change the tide of the point.
Oh, that's so tough, because it could be a little bit of a breeze. Like, it doesn't look awkward. It just...
I don't know if that's enough to give it.
Yeah, that's a very tough call. Glad that we're not the ones down there making the decision.
If it's inconclusive, then the decision stays with the on-court officials.
But if there's not enough evidence, then they don't lose the challenge, if I'm correct.
Correct.
Thank you.
Daniel Motazedi is down there asking a lot of questions.
Well, he's asking questions of Kishore Kumar, not of the officials.
But the review is successful, and Calicut take the set home against the Torpedoes, courtesy the Hawkeye of Jerome Billy.
That could be huge in the grand scheme of things. First set goes to Calicut over Bengaluru. We're going to take a short break, but make sure you come back. Oh, it's getting good. Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It is all happening here. Calicut just inching ahead of the Bengaluru Torpedoes there at the very end. And here's a look at the stats. And for me, it tells me absolutely nothing. A couple more errors on Bengaluru's side, but honestly, they were so neck and neck, playing so hard in that first set. Of course, as always, head over to volleyballworld.com to get the exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. They are also our international streaming partner.
I think what I love about these two teams going head-to-head is that they both stay very true to their philosophies. And we know what the Torpedoes are going to give us in service pressure and grit, and we know what Calicut give us with their middle work, Chirag and Jerome beneath. And we're not being surprised, we're just being entertained.
So good. It is so good.
But the last time around, it was Bengaluru that dominated because of this man. This man. And if he keeps on firing such serves, who knows that there could be a turnaround.
So now have a look at what happens to everybody else. So there's a few things with set 2. Yes, you have the Indian Oil super serve. Yes, you have aces like this. Then you have them out of system. But then go back and watch everybody else serve with the confidence. And look at that man there.
Even Moitazedi's gone into a reception position. Oh! It didn't work! It doesn't matter! Setu's making an example out of the heroes.
He is on another level. We've seen him hit top performances and also bottom, but if he continues with the top, he's now at 21 service points, and he just cuts that one with absolute precision like a diamond to the sideline.
Yeah, I think Moitazedi was moved into the pass there and he didn't want a slice of it.
Setu tries a soft one this time. Pankaj. Lamunier, Setu! Triple S! With 3 points!
Talk about a Swiss Army knife. Setu, what are you doing tonight with the aces and then the pipes? That is his specialty. So aggressive.
Hits the prime volleyball version of Super Mario. Just pops up from nowhere.
Just goes to show how important confidence is for him though. He gets one serve correct, his game changes.
But look at the difference when he's on the pipe. Like, that was a feast. There he is, top 5 servers, he's leading the way.
Yeah, out of this, remember, 11 of these are super serves and 10 aces. The pocket rocket is number 2, 9 shy of him. Who knows if you'll be able to overtake him. Ashwal Rai's campaign has come to an end. Tom Heppenstall finds himself in this list too.
And 5 of those aces were in the very match against Calicut last time. He was man of the match, 24 points, absolutely dominant. Could we see that level of play again? It seems like a once-in-a-career kind of performance, but is he gearing up for it again?
Yeah, I mean, as we said, India's so big on cricket. The 24 points last time was a double ton. So if he scores a...
I'll go beyond, it was about a triple ton.
Okay. And then if he can make another 100 or a 150, he's certainly getting amongst it, but he is amongst it again. But this is the benefit of Setu. It's a free ball. Vineet can't score. Chirag's out the attack. Now they have a chance to put the ball away. So it's not just about the Indian Oil super serves. It's about nullifying everything else offensively from the heroes. And what are the heroes the best at? Offense.
There's an 8-3 super spike by Jishnu right at the end. That was a mere formality considering the serve. Look at the positions. Jerome Vineet has also gone into reception now. There's a 4-line defense. Setu cracks it towards Jerome. Ukra, Chirag, Heppenstall stalls them.
Heppenstall said, no way, not today. My goodness, even with 4 passers, an excellent ball in. Jishnu's out of the picture, one-on-one cred super block, and Heppenstall, I think he surprised himself there.
He did, but great work from Jerome, firstly, to pass that ball. But if he steps into the reception, he's out the attack.
Triple S cranking it up, 6th serve up. The oil's run out. The screws are a little tight now.
Right. My screws went years ago. My oil's well gone.
Well, here's what's interesting to me. Now we've got Ukra coming up, a very different style of serve. Very few errors he's made all season long. just floats it into the corner.
Setu receives. The Samba setter sets it up for Pankaj, who crashes it into the antenna. That's 2 points on the trot.
The setting position's so difficult. He said it earlier on, you have to be so precise. If you're like 50 meters too tight, we're saying it's way too tight. And that's just a bit quick and a bit wide for Pankaj, especially for someone who loves hitting off the hands.
Backset this time towards Storm. Hepton stall. Oh, Hepton stall. The point goes Bengaluru's way because of a net touch. Again, you can take a review, Tero. You can take a review. Moitazeni's convinced. He didn't make any error. Sheldon Ramlu with the paddle. Staring down the second official.
Interesting. The one thing that I'm worried about here for the Torpedoes is that Calicut are not serving overly tough at the moment, but they have let their first pass disappear the last 2 points after Setu's brace. So they have to try and keep their core skills pretty tight here. But
Calicut saying absolutely no net touch, but we'll have to have a look at it. And I just think the serving strategy, here it is.
yeah, of course.
Was that worth a review? Daniel was adamant. Was it Daniel's hand or was it?
It is Daniel's hand, Key.
My goodness.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Key, does that mean that Daniel can do wrong? Is that a thing?
Look, he's a human like everyone else.
Okay.
However,
And look at him. Sheldon Ramlu is calm on the sideline, but Daniel Moitazeni is completely convinced he did no wrong.
Daniel, we all love you, I love you, but you did actually touch the net. You're guilty.
Not only did it touch the net, he probably took a piece out of it. That's how strong that touch was.
Okay, so now I know what's going to happen next. He's going to roll his shorts up a little higher, and after he rolls his shorts up a bit higher, he's going to hammer the ball on the floor.
What do the shorts have to do with it?
That's his routine.
All right, let's see.
I'm watching closely.
Jishnu, meanwhile, tries to float one through. Chirag, the judge, jury, and the executioner at that trial decided that it was going out.
I love this super fine. Hey, like, I feel like the pressure's gone up about 5 notches. And the tension last night, the tension in the first game was high. But this is the first game we've seen for a couple of days where although the pressure's on, the level is very high.
I would like to think the level was high between the two teams yesterday as well, between the Delhi Toofans and Calicut. It's just that Delhi Toofans were just so good.
They were, but I would say this so far is a better Calicut performance than yesterday. In terms of the passing and the first set, and the way they've run the middle and they put the pressure on. They've come out to fight, where last night I just felt it was a bit cagey, and the ball was off the net a bit, and it didn't feel like watching this one.
And to your point, high-level volleyball players, it's rare that you'll see back-to-back matches. Usually we have a week in between, if not 4 days. So tough to come out with this kind of energy. So Calicut already outdoing the odds.
That's Daniel Moitazeni taking that frustration out on the ball, I think. There shouldn't be frustration, but fair play, he's using it to fire himself up.
Look, you can channel your anger anyway. If it's productive, why not?
How about Korato as well? He's normally not used in the offense so much, so just grabbing that little cheeky overpass gets him going.
Moitazeni, meanwhile, picked up cue from Key and tried to be cheeky with the serve. But misses, and a wry smile indicates that the Calicut heroes are trailing during young full technical timeout. This time around, it's the Torpedoes with a 3-point lead in their kitty.
We are back, and so are they. Tuhin Mishra and Lavi Lee watching on for the Bengaluru Torpedoes as they are up 8-5 over Calicut right now.
Ukra Pandyan, after the Amul Kul technical timeout, wrapped his hand around the antenna in Peroto.
You got to say that ball's not quite there. It's fast, it's wide. This is designed to go off the hands. Because if you're stressed and the ball's going wide, that's when the blocker's stressed too, but it's just a little bit out. You have to use Peroto though, especially against Paolo in the block.
Ooh, fun meanwhile.
Ding, 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 ding.
Precisely, it's time for an SBI super point. Played by the Calicut Heroes, it's Pankaj with the serve. He revved it up.
Whoa.
The Samba setter took the leap of faith and falls down. We hope he's all right. The SBI super point goes the Heroes' way.
Yeah, luckily they have Vishak back after a back injury, but full send from Pankaj, SBI super point. Brilliant work to the middle, really clutch from Vikas man. Probably the man you didn't think it would go to at that moment.
That's what I'm always saying about Ukra. You never know. You never, ever know. Paolo, meanwhile, shoe falling off and amongst all the chaos. Looks like he's okay, though. I think he just lost a shoe, didn't lose an ankle with it or anything.
Look at Setu.
There it is. Mujib stole it from him.
Not only is Setu serving this team to a lead, he's also sorting out the shoes of Paolo.
What a teammate. What a guy.
After our conversation yesterday, Atishu wouldn't do that for me.
Never. But this goes to show, metaphorically and quite literally, Setu's the one that unties all the knots for the Torpedoes.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Well, the heart isn't racing for David Lee and nor for Kishore Kumar. Both roughly at the same mark, about 96 and 91. Setu sorted out the shoe. Now can Bengaluru get a shoe into this game? Bengaluru, oddly enough, have been awarded a yellow card for delaying the game. Jerome Vinit fires it through. Pankaj receives. It goes towards Setu. Oh. Chirag with the dig. Ukra with the second. Jerome plays it back. Samba setter with a spike. He played it off with Asman's hands. That was served on a platter.
I like that he's being aggressive there, Paolo, but his teammates kind of held him out to dry. Nobody else stepping in to cover that. So a great block by Calicut, but probably could have been avoided.
And top marks to Peroto, seeing that it's a front court setter, leaving Heptonstall on the back court on the 10 and pinching in. He's paying attention. Very good.
Keep in mind, the Calicut Heroes are creeping back into this. They have crept back completely into this. From 5-0 down, it's 9-all.
Probably two rash decisions in a row. This is an insistent play from Setu, and he's trying to hit the sharpest angle possible, and I don't think he needs to there. That's pressure for you. That's the Super Fives. That's a big game.
And that's prompted a timeout. Because the momentum is clearly swayed the Heroes' way, hasn't it?
And it's wild to think, because just a few moments ago, remember that challenge that Daniel was sure, and he was very clearly in the net. Things were not looking good for Calicut at that moment in terms of the team, the vibe, and they've just completely flipped it on its head.
Well, those boys are enjoying it. That man's enjoying it. I've got to admit, I love the matching hair tie. Daniel Montezeri.
We do that sometimes. I think cheerleaders do that as well. We should get him a bow for his hair.
Jerome with his third serve though. Again, Vidun wraps it around. The Samba setter sends it through to Heptonstall. Now that's the Thomas the Tank Engine we know.
And that's the Admiral. I respect him too much to call him the controller of D-League, but look, good long set from Paolo to beat the middle block of the speed to get across. Heptonstall gets back on the, and more importantly than Heptonstall getting back on the score sheet, it takes Jerome off the service line. He's done a great job.
Chirag with the pipe attack. Read also well by Jishnu and Setu. Bengaluru had managed to get a difference yet again.
Jishnu was a huge player in the last match. It's a cred super block here as he just dives over, taking away the angles. Nothing to do there from the pipe for Calicut.
I like this serving towards 5 as well. That time, I think that was a misserve to position 6, but we saw Denny do this. Serve Perrotta high to the inside, take him out the offense the best he can, and then crowd the middle and Jerome as well, especially with Jerome on the backcourt. If you take Perrotta out the offense, you have to go pipe or middle.
Perrotta, meanwhile, who is he going to target? Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
I think he was targeting Heptonstall, who was on the run in the backcourt. He almost got him too, to be fair.
I mean, he probably targeted something, right? Probably a bit like my dating life.
How's that
Targeted
going?
something, but just missed by a mile.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not open personal envelopes in a professional setting.
I was joking.
Were you?
No.
Laponia, meanwhile, towards Mukesh. Ukrapanyan backset. Jerome from the backcourt. Effective. Even if it wasn't the cleanest.
Well, there's just no way you can call this match just yet, or this set even. I love that from Jerome. He's going against Setu. He has a lot of confidence as a player. We've seen that over the last couple of days, but to just target Setu directly at him with no fear, he is testing the block.
But that's the matchup, I think, and then the Torpedoes serving as far away as possible is, the best they can do to try and subdue Jerome beneath it.
What was fascinating though after that point, as Ahmedabad misses, is that in that replay that we saw, he still was seeking perfection, telling Okra after winning the point that there was still a little bit more he could have done with the set. Just a little more height so that he could perhaps go past Setu and dig it in.
Go over.
Go over.
Because he's so high, he wants height in that situation. Setu's searching for speed in those situations to get the ball off of the hands of Jerome, but you're completely right in what he's asking.
Triple S meanwhile. Jerome with the dig. Okra keeps it alive. Pankaj, block comes through. And it's Okra. Wow! A solo rescue act.
Oh, that's big. That is big. I was looking at Jerome just moments before Setu served, and it looked like he had asked for a timeout call just to slow down Setu. Instead, a free ball back to Bengaluru, and the blockers do so well to keep that in play.
Ivan Joss, meanwhile, has come in. Okra, yet another defensive showing by him. This time, the Samba setter decides, let's take it out of Calicut's hands and give it to Joss instead. It's set point, Bengaluru Torpedoes.
So when you're in a free ball situation, you have to be aggressive and take care of the ball. It was heart and mouth stuff there from Jishnu because he put it super tight, and luckily it was tight enough to draw the block, but not too tight to get the block for Calicut, and then Paolo flips it. Edge of your seat stuff.
Set point, Torpedoes. Jerome. Did he take a piece off Lavinia's hand? Someone please give him some ice. One set point saved.
Yeah, Jerome he's the guy, right? In those situations, he's the guy to give the ball to, and Ukra knows it, gives him the height, gives him the width. Just easy pickings for him.
Chirag, meanwhile, has a lot to do. Goes for a soft serve. Setu digs it. Setu spikes it. Setu misses it. What would have been a formality has suddenly become trouble.
Great pass, in rhythm, looking for the hands, but it's way out of bounds from Setu. Again from the Torpedoes. It's interesting because the pass is still there, but the efficiency on the net is missing, and that was something we saw earlier on in the season.
Remember, they were 5-0 down with the Heroes. To save 2 set points, bring it to a race to 16. For all you know, they might clinch set point with this rally. Jerome, of course they will clinch set point because it's Jerome.
cockpit. The fighter pilot has taken his team to set point yet again.
Clutch from Sharang serving. Again, the pass was there from the Torpedoes. It's nothing to do with the first touch. Other teams would be envious. It's just the finishing product that isn't there. The chances are.
Chirag yet again. This is set point heroes. Lamunia. Ivan Jones!
The Prince of Persia gets the heroes on the throne of the second set. They were 5-0 down. They were 5-0 down, but boy, oh boy, that is a massive gun show.
Another perfect pass goes wanting, even straight into the wheelhouse. Daniel celebrating like he's won the World Cup. That is a big change here from 5-0 down. Calicut are back on the road. 2-0 they lead now over the Torpedoes. Come back, we've got the third set coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Season 3 of Rupe Prime Volleyball League powered by 823. It's time for the Indian terrain. Volley trivia. Let's meet our super fans. And one person is wearing the Bengaluru t-shirt. What is your name? Who is your favorite player?
Jack Watson. My favorite player is Sedu.
Sedu. Okay. Old Calicut t-shirt. Okay. Who is your favorite player? Ungu per enna?
My name is Akash Praveen.
Okay, Praveen is your favorite player. Okay, ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் காமனான क्वेश्चन தான் இருக்க போகுது. சீக்கிரமா ஆன்சர் பண்ற யாரோ அவங்களுக்கு தான் gift voucher. Ready? Get ready. And நம்ம பெங்களூரு கோச் இருக்கார் இல்லையா, அவர் ஒரு ஒலிம்பிக் பிளேயர். அவர் எத்தனை மெடல்ஸ் ஜெயிச்சிருக்காரு? ஒலிம்பிக் மெடல்ஸ் 3 5 ரெண்டுமே ராங் ஆன்சர்ஸ். இட்ஸ் 2 and 2008ல கோல்டு, 2016ல பிரான்ஸ் ஜெயிச்சிருக்காரு. அண்ட் கேலிகட் ஹீரோஸ் இருக்காங்கல்ல, அவங்க எந்த பொசிஷன்ல லீக் டேபிள்ல முடிச்சாங்க? League table. First, that is the right answer, and he has got it right, and he is getting the gift voucher from Indian Terrain. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Calicut Heroes supporter, thank you so much for participating this year. Thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you already saw a winner, and you also have a contest running up called Asli Supporter for the day. Adhukku panna vediyadha romba simple da. Take a picture, take a video, and post it on your social media using the hashtag PVL. Marakama tag panninga. It's Prime Volley. Adha tag panninga. You can be the Asli supporter for the day. And irukra ellarume dance adunga, enjoy panninga, volleyball support panninga. Are you ready?
We are back. This is one of the most exciting matches that we've had in the Super 5 so far, but it's a 2-0 lead for Calicut right now over Bengaluru, who had their chances there in the second set with a 5-0 lead. Here's a look at the stats. Nothing's really sticking out to me. Maybe those errors on Bengaluru's side, but it's been so well matched so far. Of course, someone who's been enjoying it, as he always does, it's Blobby.
Yeah, I went on www.findmyfamily.com and it led me to Blobby. And that's why I'm here.
Well, the first point has found its mark, and it goes the Torpedoes' way. Surely they can't do the unthinkable 2 days in a row.
You're exactly right. They just beat Ahmedabad, coming down from 2 sets to win in 5. Nobody would have pegged it. Can they do it again? Your guess is as good as mine.
I always feel with the Torpedoes is they're right on the edge with their quality. And even at the back end of that set, okay, that was not their best quality, but their passing was good and their serving was good. They just couldn't cross the line. So it's not like they're having a mare.
Look at how things are going the hero's way. Jerome clashes into Mukesh and still manages to win the point.
Yeah, and then gives Mukesh daggers. Why are you in the way, Mukesh?
But there was a wry smile at the end also. Jerome, when he's smiling, is a rare sight, so you may as well revel in it. Mujib with a masterclass, meanwhile.
He's phenomenal. I continue to be impressed by Mujib. Again, undersized middle. He's not too flashy like Daniel on the other side, pulling down the net. Zarupe contactless shot, just goes about his business, continues.
And that's his tendency to go away from the body, but when you jump in to that one into the block, you then have to deal with his one over his left shoulder.
Hang on, hang on. Another serve, potentially just tagged the line, and Bengaluru are going for a review. Could this be an Indian Oil super serve? D lead thinks yes.
I don't mind this because there's nothing to lose at this point. We're already 2 sets down. May as well play that card. Even if it doesn't go their way, they still have yet another review in their pocket.
And from where I was sitting, that was in, but we'll get another chance to look at it.
We've had great character from Calicut to come back in that last set. We know that the Torpedoes are going for their serves. Woo! Hola, amigo.
¿Cómo estás?
That is absolute money. I mean, when you talk about pinpoint precision, it does not get any better than that. And anyone that could do it, well, it's Bengaluru Torpedoes review is successful. They will take the point. Mujib.
They will not take one, they'll two. Because it's an Indian Oil super serve. The 2 points for MC Mujib. And it's a 4-1 lead now. Ukra. Chirag. Now Jishnu comes into his act as well.
Same as the last set. Torpedoes get into an early lead. The question is, do they learn their lesson to stay aggressive in big moments at the net when they have the opportunity and cross the finish line?
This time it's way, way out. Right, similar scoreline as last time. The only difference is the Torpedoes took a 5-3 lead, as Louis alluded to, through Setu, and then it was Ukra with those 2 serves. It became 5-2.
I hate to say this, but for as long as we've been here, the Torpedoes have always been their best in this situation. The Indian Oil super serve from the Mujib masterclass.
Setu takes it or receives it before Midhun. Pankaj decides he wants to hit a rainbow. Jerome Vinny takes the leap of faith, and usually when he does, he rarely misses.
That's a great set as well by the libero. That's not a difficult, or it is a difficult spot to put it in. But Jerome, man, he just continues to impress over and over again, keeping his errors so low.
Yeah, I like what you say about Mukesh here, because he's gone a little bit under the radar in this competition, but he's had a good competition. Yeah, you're not digging that one though. And that's one for, if you watch Tom Hepkinstall early in the season, he would have a position 6 a lot, to the middle of the court. 6 is the back middle. And now what we're seeing, he's starting to hit that cross-body sideline, opening up a little bit more range than what we saw in the opening few rounds of games. So that's exciting for him and Bengaluru.
Hepkinstall, meanwhile, fires in a serve. Chirag receives. Peroto takes a swipe. Jishnu with the block. Serve and block. Isn't that what Bengaluru's strategy is meant to be?
Absolutely, and I think Craig Superlock, we talk about Ukra all day long, but these are the situations like Delhi last night. How many blocks did Aponza get when they knew where the ball was going due to serving a certain situation and then letting the middle go?
Ukra towards Jerome beneath. They read it again. It's a map that's been written and made by the Calicut heroes, but seized by the Torpedoes. And as we speak, they walk into the Amulpur technical timeout with a 5-point lead in this must-win set.
Big game going on here. The Torpedoes came back against the defenders a couple of nights ago from 2-0 down. They have to do it again here. The impressive Calicut Heroes are 2-0 up, having been clutch. Let's put it that way.
Heppenstall misses. And is this where they mount their comeback, the Calicut Heroes? Because they'd be unfazed.
Well, they've done it now a couple of times. Remember in that first set as well, Bengaluru looking like they were strong, but Calicut coming over the edge.
Moitazedi. Heppenstall after the Samba setter sets him up. And the Australian doesn't miss.
Look at Paolo Lamunier's face. Going absolutely bonkers in there. And he knows he's got to find Heppenstall in that situation. That has to be a good set.
And he's such a good teammate, isn't he? He was our game changer of the last match because he just continued to give that confidence to his players. And you never see him bat an eye of negativity. Never.
Talk about game changer. This changed the last set. That man's call for the SBI Super Point.
Pankaj. SBI Super Point on the cards. Ball by the Heroes.
Oh!
It's a block and a half by the Samba setter. Along with Jishnu. Wow, the SBI Super Point goes Bengaluru's way.
It all comes down to service pressure. They're off the net. So again, they can get 3 up in the block. The beauty of having Ukra when the pass is good is he can be a bit flashy. When the pass isn't good, you take away his ability to be flashy.
Is the pass good enough? Well, it's good enough for Vikas Maan to be set. He puts it through.
Vikas has gone slightly under the radar as well. He's the second top scorer on Calicut's side because really it's only Jerome who's been putting the points on the board. Chirag has been really, really quiet. Meanwhile, Dili, calm, quiet, 92 degrees Celsius.
That'll make his heart race a bit. The error has given Mullah Ilyas Shamim has already given the point towards the Bengaluru Torpedoes. So why are the players asking for a review?
I don't think they're wanting a review. Hang on a sec, what's happening here?
There was a bit of confusion. Because they didn't see the hand raised by Mullah Ilyas Shamim. They asked David Lee to take the review. Eventually they realized that Jishnu has gone to the baseline. He's played it towards Vikas Maan. And Vikas Maan, at the second time of asking, has answered every question.
This is fascinating, this battle. If I'm Calicut right now, I want to be scoring points. Even if I don't win this set, the last thing they want to do is go down 15-6, 15-7, and go into the next set. They want to try and put some pressure on the Torpedoes so they get some momentum back.
That's how you do it. Heppenstall is stalled.
It hasn't happened often in this match. We've seen it throughout the season. He's sometimes had those blind swings, and I just feel he'll regret that one because he had a lot of space down the line. However, the confidence still high, and he's going for it.
Yeah, how he bounces back is key.
It's Ashok, meanwhile.
Sethu takes a swipe. Sethu takes a hit. And the ball is feeling the effects of it.
And this is one of those domino effects things. This is exactly why when Bengaluru have that perfect pass, you saw the middle blocker going with the middle Mujib, and Sethu had so much space out there. The athleticism, he just hangs in the air, it looks like.
What does the TR stand for? Thunderous Rocket?
He could now.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's even better.
But I do feel Sethu's hands are a bit longer than the T-Rex's though. Meanwhile, Jerome Beneath gets another point.
Robbie, on the other hand, could be a great T-Rex.
He's as ferocious as a T-Rex though, isn't he, Jerome Beneath?
Yeah, he is. Top player. Top player. Top man for the sport in this country.
Heppenstall's been called back. Not moving very well if we see at the dugout. The Bengaluru Torpedoes, the heart rate of Kishore Kumar has reached triple figures. It's 102 now.
We saw this substitution in the first set, even coming in when Tom's at 4 just to play offense.
Great ball.
Headshot! Someone get a Ashoka helmet. This is war.
Mitten, like, he's had a great competition and he's absorbed every inch of that, staying stable. When you learn to play volleyball, they say use your legs to pass it, but when the ball's coming this heavy at you, you've got to stay stable and stay down. Very good.
No Perotto on court. It's Ashok. Oh, he missed. Oh. He's missed, is it?
Oh, whoa, 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 it's called in. It's been called in.
There's a dichotomy in terms of precision between the two line officials.
Oh my goodness, wow. If this is in, well, first of all, set's over and they win by 16-8, which is almost an impossible scoreline. But Setu again doing the damage.
He at set point, I doubt they'd be given 2 points and still be 15-8. But sure, I get what you mean.
I don't make the rules, sir. You just follow them. Setu, however, makes his own rules. He's on another level again today.
Remember, the officials can ask for a review for themselves if they want. What is Mullah Ilyas Shamim decided now? He's saying in.
It's been given. Bengaluru have a sliver of hope via this Indian Oil Super Serve. Courtesy the Triple S. It is an Indian Oil Super Serve, yes.
That's more than a slither of hope, my friend. Indian Oil Super Serve. That is a big momentum shifter in this game. And now Calicut have to dig deep. Well, there you go, 2-1. Torpedoes have got one back. It's time for us to take a very quick break.
We are back, and well, so are the Bengaluru Torpedoes. They have 1 set to the 2 of Calicut. There are the stats. That for me tells you absolutely nothing because it has been so back and forth between these two teams.
Great game. The previous game was just as entertaining. This man was the star. Chirag was the star for Calicut. We go again, and Sedu's really found his rhythm. Sedu! Sedu! Sedu!
I was waiting for you to say it the third time. Otherwise, it doesn't have the same effect because he is, after all, triple S.
My goodness, they're just giving him aces. Pronto does so well to pop that up, but what's going on? Two players looking at him, and it's 4 service aces.
And this is why
so far.
Sedu will be living rent-free in the passing unit's head from the last time they played against each other. So if Sedu finds some rhythm, they're under immense pressure as they're hugging now because he's off the service line. But if they don't find some momentum and push back quick, this will be going to a 5th set very quickly.
Can they do it again? Can they do it again? Damania. Hepton stall. It's only been 3 times that a team has gone from 2 sets down to win in 5. Hyderabad Blackhawks against the Meteors. Delhi against Kochi. And then Bengaluru did it against the defenders. As Jed Jerome starts celebrating. When do you see that?
I don't think I've ever seen a celebration like that. I think he's just getting into it though. There it is. The arms are just going every kind of way because he knows he has to get going.
Especially for a ball that was off the block and almost dug. It wasn't usually the one that you would celebrate, but I think they realise these opening encounters are key in the context of this match.
What a rally. Someone please give props to the Calicut heroes first though. They were floored. They were down, but they tried to prove that they were never out.
They're scrappy. They're definitely a scrappy team, but in the big picture, Bengaluru are climbing in terms of confidence, and I think that's what's scaring Calicut.
Yeah, and once again, the stats aren't lying here. They're the best passing team, I think, in the league for a reason. So if they stay solid there, the offense will usually always come, especially with the service pressure that they can bring to the table as well.
How do they stop Jerome? How do you stop him? There's been a couple of blocks so far, but he's on 12 points already. Just swinging pretty freely from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front.
And as a setter, you're always gambling with giving your best player the ball and balancing out the play. And at the moment, as much as Ukra would love to use the middle all the time, as much as he would love to balance the play out, he knows he has to give it to Jerome for the time being to lift everybody else's spirits. Where you see the middle's being used, Bengaluru are trying to feed the middle. That's 2 side-out plays in a row, and 2 points have come of it.
Hepton stall. Now these are the mistakes we saw from Tom Hepton stall towards the latter stages of the league stage when it came to the baseline.
Yeah, he started really well there, even in the first set. The one that they lost, I think he served 3 in a row. It's just how he bounces back every time. Staying aggressive is key.
The Prince of Persia. Then he extended his rule into Bengaluru's court. Hepton stall has installed yet another point in Bengaluru's CPU.
And you talk about this a lot, Key. What, he's just made a service error and then they've gone straight back to him on the 10.
Yeah.
Give him a chance for retrieval. And then all of a sudden he's forgotten about his service error.
I think that's a sign of a great setter. Just continuing to give confidence to your players exactly when they need it.
Mukesh to a Zukra shot set. Vikas Man. Hepton stall digs. Samba setter sets him up yet again. That's it. That is it. Thomas the Tank Engine steaming through.
Why is that a great set? Louis, you've got to agree with me here. He passes the ball, and there's no one in the world expecting that Hepton stall's getting that back.
Yeah, absolutely. What, from Paolo?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. I thought you were talking about Ukra. Yeah, it's a brilliant set. I agree. I just feel the Ukra one, he's trying to run the middle from these situations, and the chance of a clean hit is very, very low. So that's why, for me, you might be able to find the middle, and that looks good, but can they, from the angle that you're setting it, hit the ball on the floor? So for me, Ukra's time to set the middle wasn't there, and that gave the chance for Bengaluru to counter.
Meanwhile, Jerome Benitez is human after all.
Oh, that's pressure. He do look like Elvis Presley. As Keith said earlier on in the week.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Shafiq, meanwhile, has come in place of Vikas Maan. Pankaj with his third serve went a little long. Tried to go for the Indian Oil super serve and fell on his own sword.
The double-edged sword, that service pressure sword.
Pankaj has served well this evening, though. That was his third crack at it.
This fellow has also served pretty well today, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Jerome Vinny changed the tide, turned the tide in that second set through his service pressure. Sethu takes a swipe. It dipped and it landed in the yellow.
So this is, we're talking about Paolo here. He's run the middle. He's run the opposite on the 10. So when he does go to Sethu, he's one-on-one. And we spoke about this earlier on in the competition, how he has to go to Sethu as his last possible option to get him the one-on-one. And that's what Paolo's done there, and that's why he's looking very, very solid.
In addition, that passing unit is just, they're getting him on the money time and time again.
And that's why with the Torpedoes, it's not because of their core skills, it's their serving and their hitting efficiency that lets them down at times. But if they stay patient, I think they're a very good side here and a good bet.
Another 100% pass from Pankaj. Absolute perfection. And it's a 2-point lead for the Torpedoes as we are heading into the Amul Cool technical timeout. You're not going to want to miss. Come back. Well, we are back, and this is one of the matches of the season so far. Bengaluru are up just by 2 points here in the fourth, but it's pretty much a must-win situation for them. Dili's wife, Lavi, watching on from the sidelines.
Lamunia with the serve after the Amul Cool technical timeout, where there's a 2-point lead. Midhun, wow. Single-hand dig there. Sethu gets the point. They've stolen it. They have absolutely stolen it. It's as if they went into the Calicut Heroes' home and robbed them of their furniture.
Midhun, you absolute beast. The one-handed dig. And again, these are the little things that Bengaluru, when they do them right, when they have that come to the forefront, Sethu looks like an absolute genius, but you gotta give it to Midhun there with the stab.
He's given Sethu the chance. And I think Midhun, talk about Anand, and he's been brilliant, but Midhun's had such a good season as well. Consistent with the pass, good defense.
Meanwhile, Jerome Vinny, aka Elvis Presley, according to Keith, getting yet another point.
Any other lookalikes for us tonight, Keith?
Oh, I don't know. I'll come back to you on that one.
Yeah, it means you won't.
Kishore Kumar's the one you've got to find a lookalike for.
Lamunia. Even Joss, he's just come in and he's back with the bag.
Yeah, and this is where last year Dili played Jiggery Pokery, A23 Super Spike, with his attackers, didn't he? He brought in Ibn, he had Avaluch, then he brought in Sethu to serve, he had Svetanov, and he was playing this constant wizardry with his team. And he's doing it again, and look who's up to serve. One of his specials would certainly send this to a fifth, I'm sure.
Our Calicut, the mere muggles, will they be able to respond?
Are you calling David Lee, Albus, Percival, Waltrick, Brian, Dumbledore?
Wow. He who shall not be named is on the other side then.
I did not say that, you did.
That's Kishore Kumar's nickname now.
I'll name him every time he comes on screen though. 4 receivers, including Jerome Vinit, who usually doesn't do that. Perotto to Mukesh. Jerome has no choice. Midhun. Lamunier, Ibn George. Oh! He tipped the ball into the backwaters of Kerala. And the Calicut Heroes couldn't get it.
So this is everything going to plan. Setu gets Jerome out of the offense. So we talk about the Indian oil super serves. That's just as good. Ibn uses his head.
The other point is just a couple of sets ago, he swung that ball blindly into the block to end the set. Now he's thinking about it. So that's an evolution, not even just within the season, but within one match, to change his idea and think about something else to do that's smart, that will continue the rally, that'll keep the play going.
He look-alike quickly.
You've stumped her. But he is at 100 when it comes to his heartbeat. David Lee, still under the triple figure mark.
Yeah, he just enjoys his teams doing it the hard way, doesn't he? It's whether they can clutch up in the 5th now, because all of a sudden, when you're 2-0 down and you've got nothing to lose, you can come out firing. And you know that and that's the Torpedoes playing their style of volleyball. In the 5th, can they clutch up and do it again?
Setu. Jerome Vinit also in reception yet again. Perotto saves it from Jerome. Chirag Yadav block. This is a plan that's working to perfection, ladies and gentlemen. The Torpedoes are on their way towards yet another miracle.
Well, that's a great pass by Perotto. The ball's in, a swing from Chirag. Excellent block, but here's what I'm looking at. 4 or 5 players looking at each other instead of at the ball. No bodies on the floor, no coverage. That's a huge difference between Bengaluru and Calicut right now.
And they have to understand that in those situations, it's another one that's out of rhythm. In those situations, Ukra's hand is forced to go to the outside, so there's going to be 2 blockers. They have to cover in those situations. And now they look lost. Now they look lost. Setu is delivering the goods here.
6s and 7s. The Calicut Heroes.
Jishnu again with just the one-handed block. Jishnu has 6 blocks already, and it's 4 back-to-back points for Bengaluru.
Setu. Out. Out this time. But he's done his job. He has done his job to the team.
Yeah, they won't be too worried about that. And again, giving him the green light to go for it. He's been putting the pressure on Calicut all match long. So a couple of errors here and there. And here's the time to do it as well when you're 13-8 up.
And imagine being the Mumbai Meteors, who won this evening, wanting probably a loss here to make the Super 5. There's a block. It might be too little too late. Let's see. They still have the FBI Super Point 4, do they?
Guess who's instrumental in that block though?
The big dog. Jerome Vinit.
How many times do you see that?
That's his 3rd kill block of the whole competition, to my maths.
Ukra didn't know much about it, but did enough. Jerome blocked. Jerome Vinit got a taste of his own medicine. Jishnu in 7th heaven.
So look here on Jishnu. He knows where this ball's going based on the ball being off the net and the libero facing that way, so it gives him the ability to release out, get 2 up, and here's the FBI Super Point, but I think it might be too little too late.
Yeah, that means it is set point for Bengaluru Torpedoes. Now the substitution can't be made. And key, just so you know, for Bengaluru it's worth 1.
I'm sure they'll be happy to take it
Chirag.
any way they get it.
They won't get it. The SBI Super Point goes Calicut Heroes' way.
Well, Calicut will be happy with that. It's a big swing, and it's on the right side. I believe it was Chirag who swung on that one, but Bengaluru's not going to worry too much about it. All they need to do is side out.
Yeah, they have to all dig together, Calicut, and if they all dig together, they might find some treasure. but there's no treasure found. It's out the back, and we go to a big set for the second time this evening. The belief is strong in the Torpedo camp, and this is some matchup between two great teams. Calicut from 2-0 up, we go to a fifth and final set. Well, here we go. We're going to a fifth set, and Bengaluru Torpedoes are looking to defy the odds 2 games in a row. Look at those stats, 28 successful spikes to 25. Unforced errors pretty close, and the block count, just like we saw yesterday for Delhi.
And that blocking was huge in the fourth set. Jishnu coming up big for his team. And I just think Bengaluru, they were right there in the first set. Was just by 2 points that they missed out, but they have absolutely dominated the third and the fourth.
And we talked about Aponza last night making 7 blocks in this fixture, Delhi versus Calicut. Jishnu's gone with 8 now.
And that's the best performance by a player when it comes to a block count within a single match. Setu lets it fly. Bengaluru are totally in the ascendancy.
Just something I picked up on very quickly. Look at the first serve from Calicut. It's a float serve down the line. Rupe contact was strong. Not the biggest serve to get him underway. That takes the pressure off of Setu. It's not a tough serve. Now it's his chance to upset them. I just think Calicut push behind the service line. But we said that last time these two teams met.
And off air, you said something very interesting that I would like to highlight. Because now you see a service error by Triple S. When there's nothing going on, when there's nothing to lose, he cranks it up. Now there's pressure, and he comes up with a service error.
Correct. But against Kochi at 2-2, he came out and served them into a 5-0 lead. In this fixture, he's good in the fifth set. It's just in the fixtures that I think there's a bit more expectation. But look at this, the first pass is gone. Calicut are right back in this.
Oh, Lamunia tries. Setu takes a dive, slides across the floor, hits the sides, but didn't get the point.
This is Really good. Ukra gets the one-on-one for his main man. And again, it's just a little bit scrappy from the Torpedoes to start with. A missed serve, a misplaced pass, but another float serve from Calicut. And he's found the seam, Ukra, and caused the divide between Pankaj and Midhun.
Great serve, excellent serve, and we've been talking about Midhun and how well he's been doing all match long. So to find that between Pankaj and Midhun, that's an excellent serve by Ukra.
Floater, Setu, Mujib, he punches it. He didn't even slap it. He punched it.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a killer bee, Mujib. And what you have to highlight here is that they're passing well. Setu is getting served a lot of ball because he's so effective on the front court and the service line. That's why he's the best passer in the league.
Mujib, meanwhile. Mukesh, Ukra, Chirag. The block goes away towards the ball boys. The 2-point lead is still intact for the Calicut Heroes.
Best start they've had in 3 sets. Important for them. Confidence is key in this final set, and getting off to a good start would have been highlighted, I'm sure, by the coaching staff.
And Chirag's been relatively quiet this match. We've barely seen him in the offense at all.
Damonia, Hepton stall. The point's already been given, no matter how much they try. Meanwhile, there's a substitution in the Libros. Allen had come in for Mukesh. Now that's going to be changed yet again.
Interesting, again, they've gone after Setu in the serve. And Setu, this will go unnoticed for large periods of this game. He's serving and he's passing very well. Don't underestimate the passing.
Hepton stall, Mukesh, Ukra, shot set, Moitazedi. Perfection, absolute perfection.
Good game now.
Such a good game. And again, Daniel was really influential in the first couple of sets. Went a little bit quiet there in third and fourth, but if Ukra can find him again, that's what he's capable of doing. Really sharp angles, and he just chooses it one way or another. So tough to block.
But the Heroes have got their pass back. When Mukesh is passing that well, all of a sudden, Ukra can get flash again. And that's just not been the case over the past couple of sets because they've not been able to pass like last night.
Interesting call that. It seemed like it's a call made by Jerome Beneath and not by Shailin Rango and Kishore Kumar. As Dan Moitazedi has been substituted for Ashok, who fires on the serve towards Midhun. Hepton stall, Chirag, Ukra, Jerome! Justifies the selection.
Again, the man with the plan. 19 points he has. Big swinging off the block there, and he's just going time and time again, looking for the seam, going high hands. He is so aggressive in his swings today.
You call him the man with the plan, and usually whenever he comes up with a plan, it comes to fruition. Because he's leading the chart when it comes to the Indian Oil MVP leaderboard with 62 points to his name, and I have no doubts, he and Louis, that should the Calicut Heroes win today's encounter in the fashion that they do, that he would go on to 72.
No doubt. No doubt that he's involved in player of the game. He's got double the points of anybody else. And they just keep feeding him the ball over and over again. He keeps delivering. Can only remember a couple of times that he got blocked. Hasn't hit out that I can remember in instant memory.
He didn't hit out once when he went cross-court when I said that he's only human. What a serve! Ashok! What a serve! They claim the Torpedoes that they got a touch, and that's why it's not an Indian Oil Super Serve.
This is a game-changing substitute. Moitazedi's the first one to congratulate him. Moitazedi has missed a few serves. Oh!
The moment the Indian Oil Super Serve has been given, David Lee has asked for the review. Before that, when it wasn't being given, the Calicut Heroes had their review paddle up.
Oh, fascinating stuff.
This guy's come off the bench and changed it.
How flat was that serve, though? That's the brilliant part.
Yeah, flat diving, it's very difficult because you're supposed to stand up a little bit higher on a float serve. On a float serve than a jump serve. So they stepped back a little bit and then got beaten short.
Oh, I'm fascinated to see this one. It's tough to tell. That's so tough to tell if you got a finger on it before it touched. Or even at the same time. That's the rule. If you touch it at the same time that the ball hits the floor.
Did it touch Setu's hand? Because that's the only way you save yourself. It bounces before Midhun. There you go.
There it is. I think you're right. I think Bengaluru is going to be saved by that because 2 points at this stage in the 5th. And again, we're only going to 15. We only ever go to 15 in this league. Every set goes to 15, but it feels like a heavier weight in this 5th set.
Well, Calicut are getting the Red Army cheering. That's a big, big play. I think we're seeing an FBI super point soon from Bealey as well.
Oh, it has to come. But you know what's interesting is that if this was the league stage, I doubt David Lee would have used this review because then you got only 2 reviews in total. Now, the review ruling has changed to unsuccessful reviews and you don't have any reviews left. You wouldn't want to waste a review on something like this in the league stage, but in the Super Fights, it's absolutely justified.
Oh, but wow. This man has absolutely justified his selection. This is how you make an impact from the bench. Ashok take a bow. It's a 5-point lead pointing towards the Calicut Heroes as we head into the Amul technical timeout.
Well, the Calicut Red Army are looking for a win here, and they are close to it. An 8-3 lead here in the 5th, and a lot has to do with that man right there serving absolute bullets over at Bengaluru's side, giving them a taste of their own medicine, if anything.
Coming off the bench and doing this is magic.
Yeah, Ashok Bishnoi doing this, and remember, usually, as Setu tries to mount a rescue act, usually they used to use Praveen as the serving specialist, but Ashok has just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, good call. Great call. The only thing is that if you're a Calicut hero, you can't be counting your chickens just yet, because Setu still has a part to play from the service line. Pankaj has served well, and they have the ability just to edge it back one by one.
I think the same could be said for any team here. We saw Mumbai do something similar in the last match against Ahmedabad. Oh, great dig.
Excellent dig, and Heppenstall keeps it alive towards Setu. Ukrapanyan was ready. He was armed, but he just couldn't fire.
So they're looking for break points now. There's one.
Setu against 3 blockers, and he cuts it down the line. Look at the blockers' faces. They look completely shell-shocked. Like, where did that even go?
That was nasty.
Nasty.
Look at the fire in his eyes. Ukrapanyan tries to tip it over, and that's 2 points on the trot.
Just said you can't be counting your chickens because the Torpedoes always have a chance with their service pressure. And Chirag, they'll know that coming into this game, Chirag was one of the weaker passers, the 23rd best passer in this team. So going to him under pressure, knowing that he's not going to have full confidence in that pass is a smart move.
This is make or break for Bengaluru right now. If you lose this match, it's not completely lights out, but 2 losses here in this Super Fives could mean you're not going to make it to that top 3.
But I also think a win here really separates the top 3 from the other 2. So it's sort of like it's really in the balance.
Yeah. The heart rate, meanwhile, and I love this. We have so many innovations in this league. One of them is a heart rate monitor on the coaches. Where else do you get to see that?
It's
wild.
It's Kishore bricking it.
It's a Nelson for Kishore right now. Jerome beneath, trying to change the luck of the heroes. Heppenstall with a touch. So was Pankaj. Setu. No, Setu, no.
Tough. You need to know in these situations, when you're in a high-risk moment, how much risk you can put on the play. And I think that was a stressful moment for Setu, where he went too high risk.
He hesitated, didn't he? You saw it, and he had that split second to think about it. Well, meanwhile, Dili going for the big guns. A SBI Super Point has called this one is worth 2 points.
Wow.
And on a Jerome beneath serve, so it's a good call, but Jerome still goes big. That was brave. Brave enough to win the SBI Super Point. Heppenstall misses. The heroes might just run away with it.
Heppenstall getting a little bit edgy on this. Here's the pass, it's off the net. Paolo looking to find him. He's reaching high, avoiding the block, but just that little bit long. Is it worth a review? Is that what's happening here? Are we looking for a touch? Or are we looking for a ball in or out?
We're looking for hope.
I think he might be clutching at straws here. Certainly wasn't in. They went fully out the back of the end line, I'm pretty sure.
But Jerome has just proved his weight in gold again by going full send and an SBI Super Point. A point they couldn't afford to lose, but he didn't go in thinking like that. He went in trying to win it, and there was no hesitation. They're looking for a net touch.
A net touch on Calicut. Interesting. That is an interesting one. All right, well, we'll get another look at it here.
And the difference, oh, it's so big.
Well, it's definitely not a touch of the ball, but... Oh. Hang on a sec. We need to see that from the side.
Are you looking at Ashwin or at Vikas Man?
I'm looking at both of them.
I'm looking at Ashwin's right arm at the moment.
So if they're looking for a net touch, we need to see the side, I think, to see if those arms really reach over. There, here we go. This is what we need. Let's have a look. Arms are up. That's a good-looking block so far.
Anything on the way down? No.
Oh, I think they're clean.
Yeah,
I think they're clean. That's a great block.
Or the lack of one in this situation.
Well, you know, they put the block up there. They did their bit.
It was mere hope. But the Pandora's box has opened in Calicut Heroes' favor.
Crossing fingers and toes.
You are, or Dili is?
Dili. On that call.
Yeah, why not though? They still have one review left with a 5-point lead now. Jerome, yet again, takes the piece out of Setu. Sends it back to Setu, does the Samba setter. He's become the go-to man.
The thing is now, in Calicut's favor, all they have to do is side out. So Setu doing a great job to go off the hands of Ukra there, but the pressure is well and truly on the boys in purple. They have to continue siding out and getting those break points when they're serving as well.
Yeah, I think they have to hold on here for a point or two and side out quickly. Ibn's got a good serve, but Setu is 2 servers away from unleashing again. And I think that could be their final chance.
And what has Jerome done? He was getting protected earlier. He decided against it, has gone in part of the reception. So 4 receivers, it goes to Ashwin Raj. Jerome into the equation, fires it through. Ibn digs it out, pass set towards Ashwin Raj.
The Heroes in dead on form at the right time.
Yeah, we said this the other day, sometimes Pankaj just creeps up a little bit too much at 6. And I think here, when the block gets across, his job is to sit deeper on the baseline and play off the touch. And he's just caught a little bit high, but good volleyball from the Heroes.
And now it's Ashwin Raj. He's also a big server, usually. As I said, usually. But these are different times. These are times when Mohan Ukrapandian takes it out all on his own. And the Torpedoes are stumbling.
Classic Ukra. Gets those arms low and tight. And unfortunate, unlucky there for Heptonstall. Just one step away from it. But Calicut now looking like they are fully and truly going for the end line.
Oh. Okay.
Right, who's next? Paolo, I think.
Yeah, it's only him left.
So to get Setu back, they need a run now, and they need to side out straight away to get Setu one more go from the baseline.
Lamunia. This is it. These are the moments.
Oh, wow.
What was that?
Okay, Paolo, bring out the ace when you need it.
So imagine now, and they're a long way back, the chances are very slim, but there's one, there's a bit of hesitation. When Calicut do win one and they have match point, then the key thing is Bengaluru winning that and getting Setu on the service line.
Lamunia. Second time of asking, this time Chirag says, let me just take it before you, Mukesh. Jerome Vinny warms the palms of Setu and warms the hearts of the Calicut Heroes fans, because now it is match point.
He's been amazing, isn't he?
Offense, offense, offense. Jerome sees the target. He's got Setu. He's a small fella in front of him, and he's just going all out.
Not all Heroes.
Oh, no, that's point for Debbie.
And that's maybe the thing for Setu and for Pankaj at times, being short-sided on that left side that plays against the Torpedoes, against the big opposites, as Modazeli into the net this time.
Well, it does mean that Triple S is now on. Now this could be it. This is make it or break it. It's all down to Setu.
Not all Heroes wear capes. Sometimes they just wear the Calicut jersey. When the chips were down, when they were out, they found some resurgence. They found some heart. And now they can smile, defeating the Bengaluru Torpedoes 3-2 in what is a Rupe Prime Volleyball Classic.
Does anybody else want to take their shirt off in celebration? The whole team are doing it. Daniel's got his abs out. No surprise in celebration. What a performance from him. A brilliant evening here in the Rupe Prime Volleyball League, and another exceptional match, you have to say.
Well, we'll just pick our jaws up off the floor. Setu giving it that one last ditch effort to try and get them that comeback in 5 sets. Already a huge performance to bring it back from 2 sets down. But ultimately, the Calicut Heroes were too strong in the clutch. Well, it was back and forth over and over, but one man stood out, Jerome. One of his top performances with over 20 points in this match. It was a 3-2 win over Bengaluru. We're headed for a short break. Make sure you come back. Well, we knew it was going to be one for the ages. These two teams going head-to-head, needing a win. Both of them, Calicut and Bengaluru, with everything on the line. And, well, they did not disappoint. The last time these two teams met, it was a 3-2 win for Bengaluru. Setu having the match of his life. So Calicut coming out strong in the first set. They were firing at each other. We knew it would be good. Even playing great. He was subbed in the front row for Heptonstall. However, Jerome picking up his game, taking that first set for Calicut. That was what they needed. Daniel Motazedi as well in the mix. In the second set, Setu had 2 aces, then a pipe attack, establishing that Bengaluru were ready to fight for it. It started at 5-0, and then at 9-9, Calicut were back in the mix. A few errors in the cover and an angle attack by Setu gave that match, or that set, back to Calicut. Well, it was not over. Super serve by Mujib and some big blocks, but Jerome was the one to finish it off, and Calicut, well, they took this one in 5.
What a game, as the stats are up 33 spikes to 31, 9 blocks. Torpedoes outblocked the Heroes. Unforced errors, though, is where the Heroes earned some points back. 24 unforced errors from the Torpedoes, maybe a couple too many, but actually you look at the service points and you can see why these two teams are so close. I can't wait to find out who the game changer and the MVP is for this one. Let's find out with our boy Atish down courtside.
Told you Thursday was bound to be a thriller. What an encounter between the Calicut Heroes and the Bengaluru Torpedoes. The last time around, we were treated to most enthralling match. Maybe this one has pipped it one more time. Although the result is different, as the Calicut Heroes emerge victorious against the Bengaluru Torpedoes in this 3-2 classic. And in the presentation party, to my left, representing the Calicut Heroes, is a very happy co-owner in Mr. Safir PT. Representing the Bengaluru Torpedoes is Mr. Shankar Narayanan, the Vice President, Finance and Operations, Nippon Paints. And representing Rupe is Mr. Tulsi Reddy, Head Technical Committee, Prime Volleyball League. The first award is the Game Changer of the Match Award. And this award is being given to a player who, in essence, changed the game in that 5th set and proved to be decisive. It goes to Ashok Bishnoi. Now, you didn't see him throughout the match. You only saw him at the baseline through an impact substitution when Jerome Vineet said you should come in place of Daniel Moitazedi, and what a performance from there. The next award is the main award, the Rupe Player of the Match Award. And it goes to that man yet again, each and every time usually. He is the superhero amongst the heroes. It is Jet Jerome Vineet. Jerome Vineet, yet again, the Rupe Player of the Match. He's also awarded the Rupe On-the-Go Watch to experience hassle-free payments by Mr. Tulsi Reddy, Head Technical Committee, Rupe Prime Volleyball League. And he also gets to sign the match ball. How many times has he done that? His hand must be tired, signing all those autographs. Jerome Vineet then, the Rupe Player of the Match, the Calicut Heroes, the top of the table team in the Super 5, and that is the end of the presentation.
Well, no surprise there. Jet Jerome once again for an enormous performance on his side. 20 points he put up for Calicut, 18 of them coming in the attack. Only 1 block and 1 serve, but that's all it took for this man. He was firing on all cylinders, just reading Ukra's mind, point after point after point. And well, they went back to him over and over for good reason. Bengaluru did not have a response. Well, Calicut looking very comfortable now at a looking for the top 3.
Well, that win means Calicut go back to the top. It was only 1 day, 24 hours. They're off top spot. Bengaluru outside. That Bengaluru v Mumbai game is going to be a humdinger a little bit later on in the Super 5s. We only have 1 game coming your way tomorrow. Ahmedabad are back on, desperate for a win against an in-form Delhi Toofans. Well, we're going to wrap up with the Nippon Paint colourful moments of the day. For myself, Louis Lepke, Michael, Atish Takral, Manisha, Batavia and the rest of the team, it's been a pleasure this evening and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.